What is up, everybody? JT Dangerous, and once again, I am here to do my Ring of Honor's Final Battle 2018 predictions. Now, Final Battle is Ring of Honor's biggest event of the year and happens this Friday, live and exclusively on Honor Club from the famous Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City. Now, this year's Final Battle is easily the best card I have seen Ring of Honor put up in 2018. It is stacked, folks. We got 8 fantastic matches. 5 titles are going to be on the line, so I'm very excited to do these Final Battle predictions for you guys this year, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our record coming into Final Battle this year after our last Ring of Honor event, which was the Global Wars Tour, we went a combined 34-7-1. So our overall record coming in is 172, 58-1. So we're coming in hot. We're coming in pretty sad that our long winning streak came to an end at Global Wars Buffalo, but I was happy to say that we can now say in 2018 I've had an undefeated record at a New Japan Pro Wrestling event, a WWE event, an NXT event, and now a Ring of Honor event, because at Global Wars Toronto we got back on the winning track and we went a perfect 9-0, and hopefully we will continue the winning ways. So hopefully in this video we will continue the winning ways. We're on a 1 pay-per-view winning streak. Hopefully in this video we will cap off an amazing 2018 and go into 2019 with a 2 pay-per-view winning streak. Hopefully. Now, this is the first of 3 big videos that will be up on the channel today, so I hope you guys will be able to watch all of these videos. As always, show your support by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, and the notification bell, and commenting your picks and your opinions in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video, boy, big to go in if you're a huge Ring of Honor fan like myself, and you're ready for Ring of Honor's biggest show of the year. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is to whoop, whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these Final Battle predictions. Now, they do add any other matches to this card. I'll have them in the comment section down below, but I'm going to do the 8 fantastic matches that have already been determined. Now, let's start off with the first matchup. It is the first ever 4-corner survival match for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship between Madison Rayne, Karen Q, the Gatekeeper Kelly Klein, and the reigning and defending and the first ever Ring of Honor World Champion Sumi Sakai. Now, this is definitely making some history, because when it comes to the Ring of Honor Women's title, this is definitely making history because it's a 4-corner survival matchup. The champion has no advantage. It's not 1-on-1. It's practically 3-on-1. Now, you have some great talents here. You got Madison Rayne, a former TNA Knockouts champion. You have Karen Q, who is hungry and determined. You have the Gatekeeper Kelly Klein, who has only lost, I think, 3 or 4 matches 1-on-1. Then you have the reigning champ, Sumi Sakai. Now, I'll just say something about Sumi Sakai. I don't think she's the best representative for the Ring of Honor Women's division. I still say she should have lost to Tenille Dashwood at Death Before Dishonor, but with Tenille not being signed full-time, I understood why they didn't do it. But the fact that she has been the champion since April, she is the longest reigning champion in Ring of Honor right now. Sumi Sakai. She's been the champ since Supercard of Honor back in April. And in every title match she has been in, she has won. She is undefeated as champion. And honestly, that does not make the division any better. You have a champion that hasn't lost a 1-on-1 title match. That's kind of weak. I mean, you have to have the title change hands maybe once, maybe twice, but Sumi Sakai has taken on all comers from international stars like Chardonnay and people like Kelly Klein, Madison Rayne, Karen Q. She has beaten them all. But the fact that she's still a champion since April, this is the time to have her lose the belt. Because honestly, when you think of women's champions in wrestling, you think of Becky Lynch, you think of Ronda Rousey, you think of Tessa Blanchard. Sumi Sakai is not even on that list, and she's been the champ since April. So coming from me in this first ever 4-corner survival match for the Ring of Honor Women's title, there's no way Sumi Sakai is walking out with that belt. There is no way, in my opinion. So coming from me, I'm taking the Gatekeeper Kelly Klein, become the new Ring of Honor Women's Champion, and defeat Sumi Sakai, Karen Q, and Madison Rayne. And now the next matchup. It is the 5th ever I Quit match in Ring of Honor history between Ring of Honor's resident bully, Bully Ray facing off against Ring of Honor's resident high flyer Flip Gordon. Now, this whole thing started at Supercard of Honor where Bully Ray came out saying he's not going to let the show continue until somebody does something. He was about to pile drive cheeseburger, which is outlawed in the Louisiana State Athletic Commission, but one person stood up, and that was Flip Gordon. And then it has all been steamrolling from there. It continued at Best in the World between Bully and Flip, where Bully got himself disqualified and attacked him with his steel chain. It then continued at Death Before Dishonor in the tables match with Colt Cabana and Silas Young, in which the Silas and Bully Ray's team cheated to win, but hey, a W is a W. And then it culminated on a Ring of Honor television program in a Pick Your Poison match where Flip Gordon lost the match, in which Bully Ray chose to hit Flip Gordon in the back with a Singapore cane, a la Sandman doing it to Tommy Dreamer back in the 90s in the old ECW. And I've heard some stuff about how bad it was. I heard that his back was so bad, so badly bloodied that I don't think they even showed it on television. It was so bad. And in that moment, he was telling Flip to say I quit, but Flip Gordon said, hell no, I'm not going to quit. And he definitely got the respect of the fans, the roster, and Ring of Honor. But this matchup, again, is the 5th I Quit match in Ring of Honor's history. Here's a dangerous fact. The last I Quit match, you got to go all the way back 8 years ago in October of 2010 when Colt Cabana defeated one of my favorite announcers in Ring of Honor, Mr. Wrestling 3, Steve Corino. So it's the first time we have seen it on pay-per-view in 8 years. And this matchup is definitely vicious. I mean, you've seen some of the great I Quit matches in wrestling. The Rock and Mankind in the 99 Rumble. Flair and Funk in 1989 in WCW. I mean, there's some great I Quit matches in wrestling, but this one definitely could be a little bit more physical than some of those ones. I can't even say that because of Rock and Mankind's I Quit match. But starting off with Bully Ray, this is a matchup for his respect because, again, this guy has shown no respect to Ring of Honor. He has shown no mercy to any of his opponents, even if he doesn't want to win. But this matchup is big for Bully because if he says I quit to somebody he calls a millennial and a guy who has not paid his dues, that will haunt him for the rest of his life. And Bully Ray cannot lose this matchup. And this is definitely in Bully Ray's department, this kind of match. There's no DQ. And the only way you have to win, you have to make your opponent say, I quit. And that Singapore cane, even though Joe Koff said that if he uses Singapore cane, he will never wrestle again, it's legal. That Singapore cane is legal to use. So Bully Ray is definitely in the driver's seat in this matchup. Then you have Flip Gordon, who has definitely stepped up in 2018 for Ring of Honor, former Army man who's definitely served his country very well. And he's definitely been on a big-time high in 2018. I mean, he won the Sea of Honor tournament at the Jericho Cruise to earn a future Ring of Honor world title shot, so he has that in his back pocket. But he's looking to finally end this rivalry once and for all and make Bully Ray say, I quit. So coming from me in this physical, brutal I Quit match, man, my mind is saying Bully, but my heart is going to go with Flip Gordon to defeat Bully Ray and make him say, I quit. And now the next matchup, and this one's going to be an absolute banger. A first ever meeting between these two one-on-one and two of the most prolific submission specialists in the world today. On one side, you have Ring of Honor's resident octopus and submission specialist Jonathan Gresham facing off against making his Ring of Honor debut. He is representing Suzuki-gun Ichiban, and he is the 2018 New Japan Cup winner, a man who has tapped out some of the best in this business. He is a former Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion, and as his hype man Taka Michinoku would say, he is Submission and Pro Wrestling Master. He is ZSJ, and if you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. He is Zack Sabre Jr. Now, this is going to be a banger of a match. These two are just killers in submission wrestling. This is going to be right up there for me for like Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle. Two submission styles. And this one's going to be a fantastic matchup. Now, starting off with Jonathan Gresham, this is maybe his biggest match of his career. Yes, he has faced Cody-Lethal, but to face somebody that has the same submission style as he does, this is definitely a match of respect because Jonathan Gresham has definitely proven himself to me in Ring of Honor as a top guy that's going to be right up there in 2019. A very small version of the American Dragon Bryan Danielson. Just that small stature, dynamite, just dynamite in the ring. And he can put you down with a tap out real quick. I mean, he's put down guys like Shane Taylor. He even beat Cody-Lethal in the first fall in that 2 out of 3 falls match for the Ring of Honor World title. So he can hang with anybody. But this one's going to be definitely somebody that could hang with him 10 times more. Then on the other side, you have Zack Sabre Jr., who is coming off his World Tag League appearance with Tai Chi, and Zack Sabre Jr. is making his Ring of Honor debut. And if you've never seen Zack Sabre Jr. wrestle in the ring, this guy is a counter master. He has countered some of the best moves in wrestling. He's countered the Rainmaker. He's countered, I think, the One-Winged Angel a couple times. He's countered the Destino. And he has tapped out some of the biggest names in New Japan Pro Wrestling and in wrestling in general. I mean, he's tapped out Tomohiro Ishii, who he will be facing for the Rev Pro title at Wrestle Kingdom this year. He has tapped out Evil, Sonata, Naito, Ibushi. He has tapped out some of the best names in the business. And for me, he is the greatest technical wrestler in the world today. So coming from me in this dream one-on-one battle between two of the best submission wrestlers in the game right now, Jonathan Gresham is good, but Zack Sabre Jr. is on a whole nother level when it comes to his submission game. His submission game is ridiculous. He's like, you have to put him down before he puts you down and makes you just tap out. So coming from me, I am taking Zack Sabre Jr. to defeat the Octopus Jonathan Gresham in a banger. And now the next matchup. It is for the real Ring of Honor World Championship. Starting off with the challenger. He is the former Ring of Honor World Champion, and he's looking to once again be at the pedestal as the next #1 contender for that Ring of Honor World title. He will be accompanied by the boys, and if you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. Boys, let's break some hearts. He is the party peacock, Dalton Castle. And Dalton Castle is challenging the real Ring of Honor World Champion. He is 1/3 of the reigning 3-time Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Champions. He is the leader of the kingdom. And if you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. He's Matt Taven. Now, this whole thing started at War of the Worlds this past year, where it was supposed to be then Ring of Honor World Champion Dalton Castle defending against the then #1 contender and Boston's own Matt Taven. But with Dalton Castle's injuries, he had to not have the match happen, which denied Matt Taven a one-on-one shot at the Ring of Honor World title. Then it escalated at Fairfax Excellence the night after Best in the World in the Fatal 4-Way match where Cody-Lethal won the world title, in which Matt Taven had Dalton Castle beat with a 3 count, but that fat-ass Todd Sinclair did not see the pin and did not count the 3. And ever since then, Matt Taven has been obsessed to be having a Ring of Honor World title. He was, for me, the uncrowned Ring of Honor World Champion. And then when he came back at Glory by Honor in October, he brought out the real Ring of Honor World's title. His version of the Ring of Honor World's title with a purple strap and a new haircut. Then it continued at the Global Wars Tour, where during a tag team match between the boys and TK and Vinny Marsalius, they didn't even have the match happen because TK, Vinny, and Matt Taven attacked the boys, saying that I want Castle out here, and Matt Taven saying, I'm going to put up my real Ring of Honor World title against you and prove that I'm Matt Taven and you're not. Now, starting off with Dalton Castle, he is definitely he's looking to get back into the driver's seat, and that's being the Ring of Honor World Champion. He's looking to shut up Matt Taven once and for all. He's looking to get back into the title picture with Cody-Lethal, and he's looking to make 2019 his year. Then on the other side, you have Matt Taven, who is coming in as the real Ring of Honor World Champion, the man who never got a one-on-one shot at that belt, which is a complete conspiracy coming from me from Ring of Honor. And he's looking to prove that, hey, he's Matt Taven, and he's looking to make his first real Ring of Honor title defense a successful one. So coming from me in this matchup for the real Ring of Honor World title, I know TK and Vinny Marcel is definitely going to be in the corner of Matt Taven, and Dalton Castle will definitely have his boys, but I would definitely go with the Kingdom when it comes to outside interference. So coming from me, I am taking Matt Taven to retain the real Ring of Honor World title and defeat the Party Peacock Dalton Castle. And now the next matchup, and this one's another banger matchup. It is for the Ring of Honor Television Championship. Starting off with the challenger. He is representing the Elite, and he is a man who has definitely stepped up in 2018. He was in this year's G1 Climax. He got a big win over Minoru Suzuki, and he has earned this opportunity as the #1 contender for the Ring of Honor Television Champion. He is the Elite's resident hangman and the killer. And if you know his music, his old music, you know who I'm talking about. He is Hangman Adam Page, and Hangman Page is challenging the reigning and defending and the current Ring of Honor World Television Champion. He is the Hawaiian Juggernaut and one of my all-time favorites. He is Jeff Cobb. Now, starting off with Hangman Page, this is his biggest opportunity in 2018. This is his biggest shot at a singles title. He is a former 6-man tag team champion, but this is his first legit big shot at a singles world title. And he has definitely proven himself to a lot of people in 2018 that he is definitely due for some big title shots in 2019 wherever he goes. But this is his biggest shot. And he has beaten some of the best in 2018 this year. He's beaten guys like Shane Taylor. He's beaten guys like Minoru Suzuki in the G1 Climax. He has definitely earned this opportunity, and he's looking to make his first single shot at a single opportunity a successful one. Then on your side, you have Jeff Cobb, who has been a champion since winning the belt from the former television champion, Punishment Martinez, and he has been undefeated as the Ring of Honor World Television Champion. And history is definitely on his side. Now, here's a dangerous fact. The Ring of Honor World Television title has been defended 7 times at Final Battle. The title's only changed hands twice. Now, we all saw what happened last year with Silas Young winning the Ring of Honor Television title, and the last television title to be retained at Final Battle. You got to go all the way back to 2016 when the villain Marty Scurll retained the TV title. So history is definitely on the side of Jeff Cobb when it comes to being the TV champ at Final Battle. So coming from me in this banger matchup for the Ring of Honor Television title, ooh, man, it's the Rite of Passage versus the Tour of the Islands. And Hangman Page can put it on anybody. He put it on Shane Taylor, and Shane Taylor is a lot bigger than Jeff Cobb. So Hangman Page can definitely put the Rite of Passage on Jeff Cobb, but Jeff Cobb is a different sort of freak, Olympian and a Suplexaurus Rex. This guy is unbelievable in the ring. This guy does things you would not believe. So coming from me in this matchup, I'm going to take Jeff Cobb to give Hangman Page a rough tour of the islands and retain the Ring of Honor television title and defeat a very good Hangman Adam Page in another banger. And now the next matchup. It is a first ever meeting between these two one-on-one, and it is for the #1 contendership for the Ring of Honor World Champion. On one side, he is Ring of Honor's only Grand Slam champion. He is a proud member of He is the former Ring of Honor World Champion, and he is looking to once again be the #1 contender for that belt. He is also fighting for his job because this could be his final match in Ring of Honor. And if you know his music, his old TNA music, you know who I'm talking about. He is almighty and the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels, and his opponent is the winner of the 2018 Survival of the Fittest tournament, and his title shot is on the line in this matchup. He is representing once again the Elite, and he is the former Ring of Honor television champion and a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight champion. And if you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. Whoop, whoop! Whoop, whoop! Whoop, whoop! He is the villain, Marty Scurll. Now, this matchup is definitely big, especially for Christopher Daniels, because as I said, this could be his final match in Ring of Honor, and he needs some leverage because yes, Kazarian and Scorpio Sky has the tag team titles, but he is empty. And this is the rematch of the final two men that were in the Survival of the Fittest tournament in the final two, where Marty Scurll defeated Christopher Daniels to win the tournament. And Christopher Daniels definitely needs to win this matchup, because if he doesn't win, he may not be in Ring of Honor anymore. And honestly, I really hope they re-sign him even if he loses this, because Christopher Daniels is like an icon in Ring of Honor, and he's a resident exorcist. If you've watched that latest Being the Elite episode when he cured Cody from the hands of Triple H and the WWE, and easily the greatest Being the Elite episode of all time. If you have not checked it out, check it out. But Christopher Daniels is in a must-win mode. He has to win this or his career in Ring of Honor is over. Then on the other side, you have Marty Scurll defending his title shot that he earned at winning Survival of the Fittest this year, and he is looking to get back into the main event picture. I mean, the last time we saw Marty Scurll back in the title picture was all the way back at Best in the World, and that was not even a one-on-one match. That was a triple threat match. So main event Marty's looking to keep his #1 contendership alive, and he's going to be looking into 2019 and to see who will walk out as the Ring of Honor World Champion. So coming from me in this first ever meeting for the shot at the Ring of Honor World title, this one's so tough. This one's so tough because Marty Scurll definitely deserves a one-on-one shot at the Ring of Honor World title, and I just don't want to see Christopher Daniels leave because he's so damn good. But coming from me, I gotta go, and if I get this wrong, I wouldn't be mad. I'm gonna go with Marty Scurll to retain his #1 contendership for the Ring of Honor World title and defeat the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. And now the next matchup. It is Ladder War 7 for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Starting off with the challengers. First, they are the former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, and the former IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. They are also representing the Elite, and for me, they are the greatest tag team in the world today. And if you know their music, you know who I'm talking about. And Hammerstein Ballroom, you ready for Kick Party! They are Matt, Nick, the Young Bucks. Next, they are the former 9-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. Easily, for me, the greatest tag team in Ring of Honor's history. And if you know their music, you know who I'm talking about. It's time to reach for the sky, boy. They are Mark J. the Briscoes, and the Young Bucks and the Briscoes are challenging the reigning and defending Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. They are representing once again consisting of Scorpio Sky and the heavy metal rebel Frankie Kazarian. Now, this is one of my favorite matches in Ring of Honor, Ladder War. It's a ladder match with 3 teams vying for 1 belt. Now, the last time we saw Ladder War, you got to go all the way back to the All-Star Extravaganza 8 back in 2016. And it's been around 2 years since we've seen a Ladder War, and the last one we saw was pretty damn crazy. Now, this matchup definitely is in the wheelhouse of the Briscoes. They're 2-1 in Ladder Wars, and the Young Bucks are 1-0 in Ladder Wars. They won the last meeting in 2016. And SCU's coming in with the biggest disadvantage. And here's a little bit of history for you. Here's a dangerous fact. The Ring of Honor Tag Team titles have been defended 13 times at Final Battle. The Ring of Honor Tag Team titles have changed hands 6 times. Now, the last time a Ring of Honor Tag Team champion retained their belts at Final Battle, you got to go all the way back to the Motor City Machine Guns 1 year ago. And the last team to win the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles at Final Battle, you got to go all the way back to War Machine in 2015. So, definitely history and luck is definitely going to be on the side of SCU, because this is the 13th time the title's been changed hands. There could be some bad juju in the works at this show. Now, the last time the Ring of Honor Tag Team title was defended in a Ladder War, the Young Bucks won it 2 years ago. So definitely the odds of SCU winning this matchup is pretty much slim and none. Now, starting off with the Young Bucks, this is a matchup I don't know if they could be winning, because, again, we don't know where they're going to be after January the 1st. If you've been watching Being the Elite, the countdown is on to January the 1st. And we don't know if they're going to still be in Ring of Honor. They could be still in New Japan, or they could be in the new company, All Elite Wrestling, which I've been hearing a lot about, and I know you guys have too. Then you have the Briscoes, the former champions who lost the belts to SCU. So this is their chance to reclaim the gold and make it 10 times as Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, and say they are the greatest tag team in Ring of Honor's history. Then you have the champs SCU coming in with the most to lose. I mean, if they lose this matchup, does that mean that their jobs are also at stake in this matchup? Because they lose their leverage, they could be out of a job as well, just like with Daniels. So this matchup is almost a must-win for SCU, and this matchup has definitely not been good to champions. So coming from me, in Ladder War 7 for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, now this one is going to be another banger. This one's going to be a classic. I don't know if the Bucks are going to... I don't see the Bucks winning this because, again, we don't know where they're going to be at in 2019. So it's really down to the Briscoes or SCU. So coming from me, I may get this one wrong, but I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to go with the Briscoes to make it 10 times and become the new Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions and defeat SCU and the Young Bucks. And now the main event for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Starting off with the challenger. He is the former Ring of Honor World Champion. He is a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And he is the reigning IWGP United States Champion. And he's looking to make history and once again be the Ring of Honor Champion and take it to free agency. He'll be accompanied by his beautiful wife, Brandy Rhodes, and hopefully Bernard, the business bear. And if you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. Do it all to get them on their feet. Crowd is here. Out the curtain lights go up among. He is the American Nightmare Cody. And Cody is challenging the reigning and defending and undisputed and two-time Ring of Honor World Champion. He is the greatest first-generation athlete in this business today. And he is the franchise of Ring of Honor. And if you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. He is Cody-Lethal. Now, this is the third one-on-one meeting between Cody and Cody-Lethal. The series is tied 1-1. So whoever wins this matchup will win this rivalry. Now, Cody-Lethal's last victory against Cody, you got to go all the way back to Supercard of Honor 11 back in Florida, where Lethal defeated Cody in a Texas Bull Rope match. Now, Cody's last victory against Cody-Lethal, ironically enough, was at his first Ring of Honor debut match at Final Battle 2 years ago when he defeated Cody-Lethal with a low blow. Now, this matchup has a lot of stories coming in. I mean, on one side with Cody, this is his last match in Ring of Honor. And he said he wants to take the Ring of Honor World title into free agency. So this is almost a parallel comparison to CM Punk, John Cena, Money in the Bank 2011. But this matchup is big for Cody because, again, he's coming off a surgery on his meniscus that he tore his meniscus throwing a towel at a Global Wars event. So we don't know what kind of percentage Cody's going to be in this matchup when it comes to his knee, and with him defending the United States title at Wrestle Kingdom, and with his contract running up in Ring of Honor, this matchup is big because if he can win, he'll be taking the Ring of Honor outside of Ring of Honor and defending it as a independent, like not even independent wrestler, a free agent. And this matchup is big because Cody has been fighting for a shot at this Ring of Honor World title for 1 year. He lost the title last year to Dalton Castle. He never got a one-on-one shot at this belt. The last time he had a shot at this belt was all the way back where Lethal won the belt back in that fatal four-way match. So Cody has been waiting for this one-on-one opportunity, and he's looking to make it. A reality and become a two-time Ring of Honor World Champ. The other side, you have Cody-Lethal coming in as almost the John Cena in this situation. He's fighting for Ring of Honor. He has a chance to keep the Ring of Honor World title in that company. And history is definitely on the side of Cody-Lethal because here's a dangerous fact. The Ring of Honor World title has been defended 16 times at Final Battle. Champions here are 10, 4, and 1. Now, the last Ring of Honor champion to retain his belt at Final Battle, ironically enough, was Cody-Lethal in 2015 when he defeated AJ Styles. But history at Final Battle for champions retaining is not good because the title has changed hands the last 2 years. Kyle O'Reilly and Dalton Castle. So could the third time be the charm for Cody and make it 3 times the Ring of Honor title has changed hands at Final Battle? But this matchup is big for Cody-Lethal. He's looking to continue his great run as Ring of Honor World Champion, and he's got a lot of challengers waiting in the wings in 2019. You got challengers like Chris Sabin. You got challengers like Dalton Castle, Matt Taven, Flip Gordon, Marty Scurll. You got Cody-Lethal's going to have a very interesting 2019 as Ring of Honor World Champions. So coming from me in this huge Ring of Honor World Championship main event. Ah, man, this one's tough. I love Cody and I love Jay Lethal. My heart wants to pick Cody just to see what he can do as a free agent Ring of Honor World Champion. But coming from me, I got to go with the franchise Jay Lethal to retain the Ring of Honor World title by any means and defeat the American Nightmare Cody. And those are my Final Battle 2018 predictions. Now, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below, who do you have winning the Ring of Honor World title between Cody and Jay Lethal? Who do you have winning Ladder War 7 between the Briscoes, Young Bucks, and SCU? Who do you have winning the TV title between Cobb and Hangman Page? Who do you have winning the Ring of Honor Women's title? And let me know who do you have as the MVP of Ring of Honor in 2018. Let me know in the comment section below your picks and your opinions. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course reply right back to you because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for a fantastic year on the channel when it comes to Ring of Honor pay-per-view predictions. Again, thank you guys so very much for all the support throughout 2018 for Ring of Honor, and hopefully you guys will be along for the ride in 2019 because Ring of Honor pay-per-views are going to get even bigger on this channel. Now, before you guys go, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys later today for even more big videos. Later days, guys, and peace.